Hey everybody, this is Steven, and I wanted to explain more about what wellness is. I'm throwing this term around, and it's not just necessarily what you think about with, your physical health. And as I've explained, we have the other, there's 8 total branches: your physical wellness, your emotional wellness, social, occupational, environmental, spiritual, financial, and environmental. So we've got all these different things that are considered branches of your wellness. And what this really means is that when you are looking at the overall quality of your living, you can't overly focus on just one, two, or three parts of your life and really find, fulfillment. There are a lot of people out there that have made it their mission to get as physically fit as possible, but that doesn't necessarily cover their emotional bases. And then, you could look all across the board. There are many examples where some people have hyper focused on one aspect of their wellness without really considering what else is missing from their better being. So, right now, I'm just going to give you one quick example of how you can incorporate one small habit change and how that will affect you across the other aspects of your wellness. So, I know personally that I love to cook, but not everybody I know is a big fan of doing it because sometimes it takes time to get the groceries. It requires cooking skills and kitchen handling that not everybody has developed. But by incorporating cooking, this is where you really start finding, something small like that can go across the board. So let's get started with the first thing: physical. How does cooking affect your physical well being? Pretty obvious. If you cook a good meal, then you're going to control what goes into your body, and therefore, you're going to get out of your meal what you put in. And for anybody who's trying to gain, lose, or even maintain their weight, a big part of it is what you're eating. So the physical wellness, that's pretty clear there. Let's get into the next one: the environmental wellness. This one might seem a little tougher, but when you're getting into a new recipe, maybe you're starting to work with new ingredients that you've never really heard of before. Maybe you just quickly Googled something online, and even the awareness that there are these ingredients that you never really thought to use or utilize, those are small things that are teaching you about what's in your natural environment that you can access and have be a part of your lifestyle. So, there's your environmental wellness. When we think about it as a social wellness, I personally love cooking for others. Yes, I cook for myself, but my own personal meals, those will be, things to sustain me. I'll make myself some roasted vegetables. I'll do some brown rice, sometimes white rice, and some kind of chicken or fish, and bam, that's my meal. But when I'm going to be having friends over, or when I'm baking or cooking something as a thank you for my neighbors, that is my social wellness. That is how I contribute socially to my surroundings. When I want to think about it, cooking in terms of financial wellness, everybody will tell you that if you want to save money, you want to really start cooking on your own. Not to say that you can't find a way to somehow spend $100 on ingredients, but when you really get into the groove of cooking and you know what you're doing and you know what recipes are, enough to sustain you. I know guys that are meal prepping on like $1.50 a meal. And that's not something you can really do when you go and eat out after your workout, or for your quick breakfast because you didn't have time, or for a, midday lunch working. The way that you want to think about your ability to cook and how it relates to your financial wellness, it becomes pretty apparent when you do it over time. So don't necessarily think about like, hey, I know how to spend $100 on, really expensive oils and lots of saffron and all these really kind of quote extra ingredients. But for the standard meal that you learn to cook, that is a great way to start saving money. Now, when we think about it in the occupational wellness sense, occupational wellness is not just your job, it is about how you spend your time doing things. So, when you are learning a new skill, first of all, bam, you're spending time developing something new, a new skill set, and that development is what pushes you forward. So, in an occupational sense, you're definitely on the gain when you start cooking for yourself or for others. I think we need to cover, where are we? All right, let's think about it in terms of the emotional wellness. Emotional wellness. How often would you say that when you learn to do something independently by yourself, you get that sense of empowerment? Now, this isn't necessarily something you will feel every single time you cook, but when you become proficient and you become independent, I think there is a sense of achievement and accomplishment that you really get from that. And of course, that's going to boost your self confidence, and that is a part of your emotional health. And I want to think about it in terms of intellectual wellness. Oh man, I mean, easy. You're learning. I mean, I've said this in every episode so far. Learning is key. If you have the ability to learn, you have the ability to grow, and that is how you improve your wellness. Now, the hard one here, spiritual wellness, not even necessarily that hard. For some people, if you get settled into the, I don't want to say routine, but if you get settled in the act of preparing a meal, and you found order in, okay, I'm going to prep these ingredients, I'm going to gather these ingredients, I'm going to cut them in a certain way, cook them in a certain way, present them in a certain way. The ability to do all that, you will find a inner peace that comes from the act of cooking in many ways that you could ask any artist when they do their form of art, that they are getting a sense of peace from it too. Now, I may be overgeneralizing. I'm not a spiritual master, but I do believe that cooking can provide you with spiritual wellness as well. So, just like that, one small habit change, you start cooking, and you are going to be able to improve your physical wellness, your emotional wellness, your social wellness, your environmental wellness, occupational wellness, your financial wellness, your spiritual wellness, and your I'm intellectual wellness. I mean, even I lose track of these wellnesses sometimes, 8 of them. But the point is, one small habit change can do so much across the board for your wellness. It's not just for your physical health. And as we find more examples of this, I want to be able to share these kind of small habit changes so then you can start seeing how even the smallest acts can really give you great improvements. For now, that's it. I'm signing off.